which was fine in the end, but it was a struggle, everybody. It was a struggle. All right, Bloodstained Mire and a Green Sun for 0 to start the game for Elves. So far, predictions are looking like Twitch chat thinks Elves is going to win here. Is this a Tribal Wars preview? It might be. It might be. We've had some people asking about Tribal Wars recently.
Well, I'm in here. Green Sun for 1?
Yes, I need them.
Okay. Alright, we get 4.
Yeah, so Russian and Pizza in chat saying no turn 1 play. That looks like a mull to me. Talking about the Goblin side. I knew sitting down across from Ryan that it's likely, and you know, this is one of those things where you go play at the shop and you know what most people are going to be playing. Likely going to be on Elves, maybe lands. Not very likely going to be another deck. So a Goblin Lackey on turn 1 against Elves is just not that exciting. So yeah, didn't worry about that too much. All right, a basic Mountain and an Elvish Reclaimer is now on Ryan's side after the Green Sun for 1. A Wasteland took out the Dryad Arbor. 80% favored for Elves, says Twitch chat. All right, there's a Cradle. So at this point in the game, I'm already thinking maybe I shouldn't have fired off the Wasteland on Dryad Arbor. Maybe it would have been better to hold off and go after a Cradle. In my hand, I think I remember I had a Crater Maker and a Munitions Expert. And what else was there? I don't know. We'll see what my turn 3 play was. I think this was the hand where I had Munitions Expert and Crater Maker. I'm going to go back in there because I'm going to cast a Matron.
Sure. Demonic.
All right, here's a Goblin Matron. So the list I played, I'll try to remember to post it later on Discord, but it's a Goblin Lackey 1 style Goblins list with Vile, no Snoot combo, no food chain, none of that crap. So for this particular week, I ran a list that did not have Sharpshooter, did not have Chain Whirler, did not have Twin Shot Sniper. All cards that are great against Elves. So this Matron was a bit difficult to decide what I wanted here. Especially since I had a Munitions Expert and a Crater Maker in hand, I think. All right, there is a Munitions Expert. I might be misremembering, and this was the Munitions Expert that I eventually had, but not sure. All right, here's a Reclaimer activation on end step for Ryan. The other thing about holding off on the Wasteland is, you know, we saw that the turn 2 play was a Reclaimer. They're going to get a Cradle anyway. You know, if I blow up one, they'll find another one. I'm not going to be able to hold off Cradles forever necessarily, but I don't know. The YouTube commenters will let us know what they think about this play, these plays. Here's a Once Upon a Time happening here. Were these games played earlier this week? Yes, this is from 2 days ago. If you're watching this on YouTube, this was 3 weeks ago.
Pass you. You could be rocking like a Fury. That'd be pretty scary. Pass. Whoops. Close is good.
All right, Glimpse of Nature getting fired off here for Ryan. There's Wirewood Symbiote. And here's Elvish Visionary, drawing 2 cards. 1 floating.
I'll return to untap this.
Replaying the Visionary, draw 2. Not really able to see Ryan's hand too well here, which is okay, but it looks like an Endurance and a couple lands. Akir, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Here's Aether Vial. Quite a bit late. And Munitions Expert. Going to try and cast it now in order to not give Ryan any value on his own turn after untapping. Rishan and Pizza says, I don't dislike wasting Arbor early in the game. Arbor is an enabler that requires a pass the turn. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if we polled a bunch of people, it would be pretty split on whether the Wasteland on Arbor was correct. Looking back on it now, you know, rewatching this match, I'm not 100% sure it was correct, but so far, based on the board we're seeing, it looks okay, I guess. The Elves decks are obviously capable of being much, in my opinion anyway, much more fast and explosive in this matchup. Putting more creatures on the board faster, drawing more cards, etc. All right, Endurance targeting me. And Cradle, sack another Cradle. Legendary rule. Crater Hoof.
It's only 3 attackers. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Yeah, you got it. Animate resolves.
All right, Crater Hoof gets the scoop. Game 1 goes to Ryan on Elves. You know, ways that could have played out where the wasting the Arbor play looked amazing. Like I would have walked away looking like a genius for that play. It may not have worked out great in that game. So maybe it was wrong. If you're going to argue that, if someone's going to argue that I lost the game because I, you know, wasted the Arbor instead of wasting a Cradle or something. I don't know. You know, I also could have played a Wasteland on turn 2, tap 2, played a Crater Maker. That was an option I had. And yeah, Lackey plus Munitions Expert is probably the god hand you can try mulliganing into. Don't forget, though, I would need something exciting to put into play with Lackey. So that's 3 cards I would need. Would the extra mana from Wasteland for a few turns make a difference? It might have. I mean, I might have been able to play the Matron a turn earlier and then not search for your Munitions Expert because I had Crater Maker on the table and found something else or whatever. I don't know. All right, here's Once Upon a Time happening.
Yes. Okay. How many cards are in here now?
Good luck.
Good luck.
6.
Did you draw for turn?
Yeah.
Oh, we did? Okay. Cool.
Go ahead.
But you did that on my end stuff, so I was like, confused.
Oh, no.
Okay, we were just not on the same page as where we were in the game for a moment there. And yeah. Completely missed the drawing for turn. Here's a Munitions Expert blowing up Symbiote again.
I'll just leave it here till you pop it.
Find.
I will play
Forest.
the Redland.
Sorry for confusing that.
No, that's alright. I was just making sure that you drew your card. Yep.
Uro?
There's 4 cards in hand.
Or was that
Reclaimer?
It's not exotic, sorry. It's, oh yeah, sorry, Layla.
Okay.
All right, Reclaimer and a second symbiote for Ryan. Symbiote, you know, for anyone that's not familiar with the Legacy Elves deck, quite annoying because it basically can rescue any elf that I try to target if it hasn't already been used on that turn. So, in other words, if I had another Munitions Expert here and wanted to blow up Reclaimer, I can't because I have to kill the symbiote first. So there's symbiote going down. 3 mana spent to kill it there with Crater Maker.
I don't know what it is.
Yep.
Here's Glimpse of Nature. Glimpse of Nature, the kind of card that allows the elf deck to really go off and have some explosive turns.
How big is that thing?
This is 1/1.
Pass to you. I guess I'll attack for 1.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Not much of an explosive turn there, though. Looks like Ryan's hand has Shriek Maw. Maybe another Once Upon a Time and 2 lands. Can't make that out.
And pass by 2.
Richard Import, decent against the Gaia's Cradle.
That's 2.
Great question from Richard and Pizza in the chat. What kind of sideboard were you playing against combo? So I'll just say what I did for this matchup. I sideboarded in, I think, 2 Pyrokinesis, 1 Chalice, and 1 Mindbreak Trap. Other stuff I have in the sideboard for combo includes Surgical, Leyline, Pyroblasts, depending on the combo deck.
Okay. Yep. Remove all cards in my library from the game.
Get by you.
I don't know whether this goes into my graveyard or not, but I'm about to play Pes's Oracle
Got it. That makes sense.
with devotion equal to 4.
Yeah, you just win, don't you?
What's that?
You just win, right?
Yeah. Whether this goes to graveyard or not, but we should check.
All right, people talking about another match in the background there, in case anybody's confused. That's not us talking. I don't know what we hear in the background, actually.
Definitely like the Hero stuff.
Is Pyrokinesis better in the sideboard than Fury? So I do have 1 Fury in the main deck in this particular list, and 2 Pyrokinesis in the sideboard. Pyrokinesis is better than Fury, mostly because it's an instant. That's most of the reason. There's a Wasteland.
It's just a mathematical.
Yep. Okay. This card will not be put into your graveyard until it's finished resolving, which means it won't be shuffled into your library as part of its own effect.
Whenever people start saying numbers and like the numbers go past 2 decimals,
So I guess it just goes into the graveyard.
Yeah.
It ends up there.
And you have no cards to go out.
Yes. And I didn't force anyone.
it's a good vocabulary.
I think that matchup's probably pretty tough for you.
I don't know. I can't help but feel like I did something wrong. Like, not that you shouldn't have won, but I feel like
Yeah, it's just like
we should have picked up at least 1 game. I don't know. I mean,
All right, waiting for this matron to resolve here. don't remember what I was looking for at this point, and as you can see, I'm having to think about what to do here. The cradle, I'm planning to blow up, but we don't know if Ryan has another cradle in hand. 4 cards in hand for Ryan currently, and yeah. All right, another munitions expert it is. Munitions expert, pretty good with flash, able to target some key creatures. So 2 cards in hand for me. What is my favorite Goblin Matron art? I mean, the ones I have are just like the ones I have. I didn't pick them for any particular reason. But I guess I like the ones I have that we have on the screen right now. Here's Natural Order. And that's the kind of card that Ryan has in the deck that just kind of puts Elves in an advantaged position, especially in the current situation we're in. There's, you know, there's situations where you want to, as the Goblins deck, mulligan to find Leyline, mulligan to find other disruption for combo. It's possible I should have been more aggressive with mulligans in order to make sure I have Pyrokinesis or Fury in my opener. I thought I would be okay with munitions experts, and as we saw in my hand there, I did have Pashalik. I don't remember if I tutored for that or not, but looking back on that match now, it's likely I should have just mulliganed to find Pyrokinesis or